Hi, I'm Ken Lammers. Welcome to Minor League Matters. And today we're going to go over where things stand for the independent leagues who are just getting started. Some of them are about a week and a half in, and some of them haven't started yet at all. But let's look at where the standings are today, the 18th of May, 2018. Start out with we've got the Eastern Division of the Frontier League, and here we have the Windy City Thunderbolts, uh, you know, suburb of Chicago, who are out there kind of stomping people. Their last series, they took 2 out of 3 against Florence Freedom, much to my chagrin. And so behind them is the Washington uh, Wild Things. And don't ask me why the Thunderbolts are in the Eastern Division. I don't understand it either, but uh, they're in the Eastern. And, in third place is Lake Erie Crushers, which is my team out of the East. So more power to you. Keep going, Crushers. So that leaves us with the West. In the West, we've got the Gateway Grizzlies are pretty much stomping everybody out there. And then we get the Florence Freedom. Florence, why it's in the West, I don't know. Same thing. It would seem to make more sense to be in the East, but it's a Western team. They swept their first series, and then they went into the second against Thunderbolts, and they only took 1 of 3. But they're looking really good, so I think there's a good chance that they end up 1 or 2 in the West at least. Uh, and then behind them is the River City Rascals pulling up the third spot. This is, of course, for both the East and the West. This is just starting position. They're only about a week in, and they did almost all the teams put a gap in the middle between their first weekend and the second. So they haven't played that many games yet. We'll see how things develop in the future. Moving on to the American Association of Professional Baseball, the only one game so far, and the Sioux City has won that, and the Salt Dogs, Lincoln Salt Dogs, lost. So that's the only 2 teams that actually have a record. They should start tonight to get more, and we'll be able to see where things play out there. Uh, Moving on to the Pacific Association, not starting till June, so it's out there. Just keep an eye. It's coming. Beyond the Pacific Association, we get Can-Am. They've only had 1 game. The Sussex County Miners beat the Quebec Capitals. Sorry, I don't speak Canadian. And so then we go to the next league. The Atlantic League has kind of gotten into it. They seem to start earlier and end later than any other league out there. And as it stands in the Freedom Division of the Atlantic League, Lancaster is number 1, and the Skeeters are out of Texas are number 2. Not sure how that's an Atlantic League team, but hey, more power to them. In the Liberty section of the Atlantic League, the Somerset Patriots are leading, and the Long Island Ducks are pulling up second. Again, this is fairly early times, although they seem to have played more games than any of the other independent leagues so far. And there we see where they're at. Finally, the last true worthwhile independent league is the Pecos League, and they're starting up next week. They've had a couple spring training games. I think they've got one scheduled tonight, but next week is really when we're going to see them. I think that'll be Thursdays when they start up. So that's it, folks. I hope you enjoyed this. It's a quick overview. I'll put it up real quickly, and then we will try to follow this up next week with more in-depth of where everybody's at and what they're doing. Until then, if you like what you see here today, hit like. If you really like everything you're seeing around here, hit subscribe. As I always say, this is not something that's going to earn me money because even if I was able to get a fair number of people subscribed, YouTube's made the rules so that it's almost impossible anymore. So, I mean, if you really want to help me make money, watch everything about a million times, and maybe YouTube will think I'm worth it. Who knows? But that's for future. For now, I'm going to sign off. Until next time, go watch the minor league sports.